begin designing a fashion collection, you need to think of an inspiration that inspires you for colour, shape, silhouette and texture. My inspiration is Egyptian jewellery. I developed my sketchbook, it's also known as a scrapbook, starting with a brainstorm of all the things I knew about Egypt and all the things I investigated about the jewellery. You can see many images have been stuck into the book, particularly images of jewellery, and then you have Tutankhamun and Egyptian clothing. This is when I started my development. You can see on the top left an image of an Egyptian bracelet, and then some development ideas using marker pen, paints and also gold marker. On the left side, I've developed different print ideas using the computer, and on the right side I stuck ribbon and sequins in to represent the pattern on the bracelet. Here I was inspired by the Egyptian earrings using collage and also different crayons, pastel. I also developed a print on the top right hand side by drawing the earring in the computer, colouring it in and making it into a print repeat. The same print repeat I've used here, and also started designing garments, creating a cape style coat which is inspired by the shape of the earring. More print designs and more fashion designs, top, trouser and a skirt on the bottom. This is a different development idea using a different earring, using a stencil cutout and coloured shapes to design a very sort of young, fun print. Paintwork on the right of the earring. Development can come in many different ways. I'm very much inspired by the shapes of the jewellery and the colours of the jewellery, and that's what's coming across in my development. What I'm also now sticking into the book is fabric swatches, which the garments that I'm designing could be made of. Many different Egyptian jewellery, so I'm using as much as I can to be inspired to create as many ideas as I want, which by the end I will have a choice to select. Even looking at the hieroglyphics, this says Egypt, fashion and hope coming down the page. This is doing dot work using a marker pen and stripes that have been stuck in coloured paper, inspired by the necklace that's full of very random colours of beads, but still in the Egyptian colours of predominantly red, blues and yellows. Here's my first textile development using embroidery machine and also hand stitching in different beads and sequins to represent the beads on the necklace. This is looking at an Egyptian pendant and coming up with different development ideas. Looking at Cleopatra and Tutankhamun, and then on the computer I pixelated to create interesting, which could end up being a digital print. Now I'm starting to look at more fabrics, and as you can see I have a selection of the reds, the golds, the blues, some turquoise blue to darker ocean blue and a little bit of highlight black. I'm now designing more. I'm actually using a template to colour in so I can get a quick look of how the garment is that I'm inspired by the inspiration. This is different computer work. Again, looking at the shapes of the jewellery and mimicking them myself on the computer. More designs with fabric swatches, looking at different shapes, silhouette and always being true to the colour. Now we have some more textile design using the embroidery machine. All of these designs can be put into garments. Now what we have, including the fabric swatches to go with it, is a range of 6 Mondrian dresses. This is just using the very basic shape of dress, where the highlight is the print texture or embellishment that is put onto the dress. More textile design. On the left is a patchwork, and on the right is ribbons that have been hand stitched or machine stitched actually down on, creating a stripe. Now we have more designs, trousers and dresses, and also a dress that you can see here has all been glued on with sequins, just to show you how the dress could look. Now we have an applique work, actually with leather and sequins and holes cut out and ribbon over the top on the right side. This is an organza with ribbon and cut out leather circles to create an embellishment print. And this is a design using the same leather circles, and on the right side is a technical drawing and an actual size of the leather circles I would like to make the dress out of. On the left is a sunray pleat, smaller at the top and bigger at the bottom, done in 2 contrast. And here we have another pixelation work on the computer of the eye bracelet. Here we have a range of 6 garments that are all inspired by one of the embroideries that I designed earlier, covering skirt, trouser, dress and also a coat. This is one of the other jewellery pendants that I was inspired by, and showing some technical drawings of how I could use that design, and more based on the eye print. It's good to have a range of technical drawings and illustrations in your sketchbook before you decide what you would use for your collection. To finish the sketchbook, I've done some different designs. These are very sporty, also based on the colours and shapes that I've seen throughout on my jewellery from Egypt. So now the choice is to decide what outfits you would like to take to presentation standard and create for your collection.